he invited me to come and be a guest on Ali Farka Touré in the Heart of the Moon's album. Lovely album with Cooder, Jacobin on it, and Kachao, who's the bass player, you know, who's part of the Bonavista Social Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lekans Babalola. Hey, how are you?
I'm very well.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad I made it.
So am I.
I was looking forward to it.
We've been talking for a while. Thank you so much. I have had the great privilege of being able to immerse myself in your music and your career for the past few weeks now, quite a while now. And I cannot wait for people to be able to listen to things that you have done if they have not heard of you. Let's start at the beginning, man. So, from Nigeria?
Yes, I'm from Lagos. I was born in Lagos. And I was born in Lagos Island.
Right.
I was born at Mercy Street Hospital in 1960.
Wow.
So I'm a Lagos boy.
Of course.
Really Lagos. And I went to primary school in Agege.
Okay.
And boarding school out of Lagos, Iwo Grammar School. And then I came to England in 1980.
Now, obviously, music for you has been an important part of your life for your whole life.
Yes.
And I know from your history, your father was involved in church music and the spiritual
my father
side.
was a church musician, an accordion. So I grew up playing music in the church.
Of course, and I know from having done a little bit of research into your history that you obviously have a connection to Fela Kuti.
Yes.
Yeah, talk to me about that. I'd love to know.
My mother was a disciple of Fela's mother.
Right.
So I knew Fela from not just music, from a family connection.
Of course.
Because my mother was part of the Women Auxiliary Society that Fela's mother set up. And then later on, I will join the Young African Pioneers when I was 15. 16, 1976. And and so Fela was like an uncle. I mean, of course, a lot of people know him as a musician. So my relationship with Fela was from a family standpoint of view.
I know my friend Funsho was around at that time. Did you guys know each other at that time?
Yeah, I know Funsho.
Yeah. For our audience, Funsho Ogundipe from Ayers,
piano player.
An extraordinary piano player, fantastic. Oh, that's wonderful. How was that time in Lagos? I mean, how was the energy there?
Well, Lagos of the 70s. It was 70s, you know. We have Udoji, the money. And the rise of the middle class. And Fela was talking to us. We didn't know that Fela is talking to us as an African. Because, you know, what we have is Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa. So when Fela came back from the States in 69, 70, he came with the Blackism, the idea of the Black Panther, the black culture,
of course,
which is different to Yoruba culture,
of course,
Igbo culture, Hausa culture. And for a long time, we didn't know that Fela was talking to us. And us youth now, we are kind of fascinated about this kind of rebel. of what was going on. But music was really, really the underpin of the whole energy.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would have loved to have been able to check some of that
So
out.
I was 16, 17, and I joined the Young African Pioneer, which is the idea of Nkrumah.
Yes, of course.
Of a young African being responsible.
Pan-African unity as well.
Pan-African, you know. And then I learned a lot. And but Fela was constantly being monitored by the law.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And
Yeah, interesting. So going on to music, obviously you are a percussionist.
Yes, I am a percussionist.
How would you describe your foray into the world of percussion and also the intricacies of African rhythm in your music? Yeah.
Okay. Well, I started my percussion. I grew up in the church, Aladura Church. Aladura Church is the syncretized of the Yoruba way of life, which is Ifa, and the Church of England way of Christianity mixed together. And then if you go to Cuba, you will find Santeria as the form of Aladura.
Of course.
And then if you go to Brazil, you will find Candomblé as the form of Aladura.
That's traveled.
So, and the root of it is the traditional music of the Yoruba people, the sacred music, which in Aladura now, they brought the hymns, the Western hymns. So these two things has to be fused, the traditional and also the Western hymns that has the classical elements.
Sure, of course.
Bàbá mi mọ jọ̀wọ́ gbàgbé ọmọ rẹ̀ mẹ́ta lọ́kàn mi mọ́ ọba ògo ẹgbẹ́ aládùúrà ìpè náà ń dùn ẹgbẹ́ sẹ́ráfù táyé ẹ̀ múra.
And my father was an accordion. So I grew up, of course, my father was very strict musician. He made sure that I learned the cowbell for 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Before he allowed me to touch a drum.
Wow.
So the notion of timing, timekeeping.
Instilled.
Yeah, it's already instilled in me. And I find out that when I went to Cuba too, at the Cuba Conservatory of Music, they made sure that every musician in Cuba learned percussion. Clave is very, very important.
Of course, extremely important. Yeah.
So to your question, I've already, from day one, my rhythm, time is what my father keep in my brain. He said, forget about the melody. He said, melody comes any timing.
Sure.
Any timing. But time, you need time, and really true life. Second, minute, hours is what human being deals with. When I was working with Ableki, because I was a PA for Ableki Buana, great jazz drummer. He just talk about time, that it's a split second between God and man for this music to be passed through to man. You know, so since when I was young, my father just puts time in my head. You can't be late.
Yes.
You can't be early. You have to come when they said it's time.
Yeah.
And the rest of the things just fell into places.
Yeah. And of course, the foundation of all African music is obviously rhythm. Yeah. And it's such an important thing. Yeah. Now, your career obviously then came to the UK.
Yes.
And in 1980, I believe, yeah?
Yes, I came to the UK in 1980 because, well, like any young Lagos boy, just want to get out of Nigeria. So I had a admission to Chelsea College of Aeronautics and Automobile Engineering.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
And then I had a scholarship, Lagos State government scholarship, for me to come to study the engineering at Chelsea College.
Right.
It's 2 courses they did there. It's either if you want to be aeronautics engineer. And my father was running the Greyhound bus in Lagos. And which is the long American national bus that travel everywhere. So my father has been wanting me to be a transport management manager. But it's not meant to be. But I did a little bit of the engineering to a point. And one day I just decided I'm going to be an artist. So,
Now, I also know, and I want to do this sort of chronologically because I know that you do a lot of work in different disciplines of art. I know that you're a musician, but you're also a filmmaker.
Yes, I went to film school. I didn't go to music college because Uncle Fela didn't help young Nigerian like me to allow our parents to be fascinated that, you can go to music college, right? Because of what radicalism that Fela was doing in Lagos that time.
Sure, of course.
So a lot of people didn't want their children to go to music college.
Of course,
But I went to an art college, Central St. Martin School of Arts.
Yeah, of course,
And when I left transport management at Berber College. So I enrolled at St. Martin's School of Arts, Central St. Martin's, as a fine art filmmaker. And when I graduated from the undergrad, so I went to do my master's at Northern School of Film and Television in Sheffield as a director. And that was the time when Spike came out, you know, black filmmakers. And of course, you know, coming from Nigeria, you have the tradition of, you know, directors, you know, like Jabadu, Olabolu Aino, and Tunde Kilani. What's the Olabalogun. So you have few directors that you want to emulate. And I was really, really into blaxploitation.
Yeah, of course.
Made by Van Peebles.
Yeah.
You know, like Starks. So, and Isaac Hayes, Shaft.
Yeah, of course.
So I was kind of going to film school thinking I want to be making film to do with music.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That because I want to be a musician, and I went to film school. So I want to be making music to do with music.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to film school. And then Spike was finishing...
Do the Right Thing.
No. Malcolm X.
Okay, right, yeah.
And I was actually watching it the other day. The producer for Spike, Monty Ross, I've already met these guys. I must mention their names. With Ablakey Jazz Messengers, John Toussaint, Terence Blanchard, Donald Harrison, Mel Grumila, Frank Lacey, Essiet, because I've already met them at Ronnie Scott in London when I was at St. Martin's. So I was making the soundtrack for my film, then Terence Blanchard, the first ever film that Terence Blanchard, who ended up making soundtrack for Spy, is for my film, Sharp City. And I think, what's his name, gave me a studio, Thomas Dolby, keyboard player.
Right. I was listening to his music last night.
He gave me a studio in Hammersmith that time. A friend of mine, Catherine Marshall, met Thomas Dolby, and we managed to get into Thomas Dolby's studio. So my thing was trying to make a movie about London, about jazz, about... And I hope one day I'll still go back to it. So that's why I went to film school.
Very cool. I mean, do you know, it's so funny. I was actually listening to Thomas Dolby last night. And I haven't really heard much of his music. And I was with someone and they started playing some of his music. It's very interesting. No, very cool. Now, there's so much of your career that is so important as well. I mean, I know that you have worked with Ali Farka Touré. And I know that you've worked with Cassandra Wilson. And I know that you have been a recipient of 2 Grammy Awards. Yeah. How was your time working with Ali Farka Touré? That was an amazing album that I heard.
In the Heart of the Moon came by Nick Gold. Is the producer for Buena Vista Social Club.
Yes.
Buena Vista Social Club is a consortium of Cuban musicians.
Yeah.
They were reviving it.
Yeah.
And there's a band called African Jazz All Stars, which I played with, led by guitarist Dudu Pokwana. And African Jazz All Stars supposed to be we were working with Ayers.
Right.
Something to do with Barbican, produced by Barbican for celebration of the black president. Right. And Nick Gold came to that concert, saw me playing with Ayers and the African Jazz All Star. Then he invited me to come and be a guest on Ali Farka Touré in the Heart of the Moon's album. Lovely album with Cooder, Jacobin on it, and Kachao, who's the bass player, who's part of the Buena Vista Social Club.
Yeah.
So I had the privilege to play on the album. Mr. Farka Touré, what a lovely man. A blues guitarist.
Fantastic,
Taught me so much.
Yeah.
And I left the project. I didn't know anything about Grammy. One day I was at my agent's house. My agent said, "Oh, congratulations, you've been nominated for Grammy." I said,
"Really?"
And he was kind of really so emotional about it. B. Adekbega, he was so emotional. He said, "Oh," I said, "What is Grammy?" Because I didn't have no clue about Grammy.
Yeah.
And then the next thing I will know is that, boom, the album won the category for world music.
For world music, yeah.
And this was the time that Grammy, nobody knows what is Grammy. Now everybody talk about Grammy. Nobody knows what it is.
I see that the album was released in 2005.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was Grammy. Was minding my business. Then I started working. I've known Miss Wilson for a very, very long time. As a filmmaker, she knows me.
Right.
But she doesn't know me as a musician.
Right, okay.
And I will now be invited to come to Woodstock in America.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And Miss Wilson was doing a gig at the Central Park. So I was invited to come and be a guest. And then she said to me she's going to be doing jazz standard. But for what Miss Wilson is known for, Miss Wilson is known for changing jazz standard the way it was to maybe dance way.
Yes, of course.
Or bend it that it could be pop.
Yeah.
So Miss Wilson said, I remember the Blue Note president that time, Bruce Londovo. I was at the meeting talking to Cassandra that, you're doing this album, and this album is going to be jazz standard, but done in a way whereby Cassandra has done songs by U2 before. In a kind of a pop way.
Yeah.
And then we did this album. I was invited to come to the States. We were Jackson, Mississippi. Hire a house. They brought the whole recording team from LA, Warner Brothers, into this house that we hired in Jackson, Mississippi. And we were there for a whole week, going through this music. Musicians come from New Orleans, from New York. Jason Moran on piano, Marvin Sewell on guitar, Lonnie Placico on bass, Helen Riley on drums, I'm on percussion, Cassandra on vocal. That was the lineup.
Yeah.
We did it. And then Cassandra said to me, do I know a song I can bring to the table? So I brought a song of Ogun called Arere.
Arere, I was about to say, yeah, it's right, yeah.
And that was how we got the Grammy. I'm not going to claim it that, well, my song got the Grammy, but hey, we got the Grammy.
Fantastic. I was listening to that album, and the album is called Lovely, so our audience can search for it. And the first, I think, 3 or 4 songs of the album are very straight ahead and very classical. And then I immediately noticed when you came in, because it was on the track Gone with the Wind, that I noticed the percussion immediately. And then Caravan, Till There Was You.
Okay, the Gone with the Wind. What happened about that track is I brought a lot of groove for that album.
Yeah.
The Caravan, I changed it.
Yeah.
Gone with the Wind, and then A Day.
Till There Was You. Or that's the
Till
other
There Was You.
Yeah.
But what I kind of noticed is that the groove I'm bringing to the table, I didn't know that was the groove that people will settle for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and because I spent a lot of pre-production in Harlem by myself with Miss Wilson, you know, for 2 weeks before we went to Jackson, Mississippi to go and do it. Yeah. And I was responsible for writing some of the groove on the album.
Yeah. I immediately could hear when you came in. Yeah. Very, very cool. Now, I know that there was another single that you did recently with Cassandra Wilson and the guitarist Fabrizio Sotti.
Another album. It's an album.
Oh, it's a whole other album.
It's a whole album.
Fantastic.
Another country was recorded in Italy, in Florence.
Yes.
When we finished, I don't know what year, we finished a tour of Europe, and Cassandra said to me that I should stay behind, and I brought in other kind of musician, not the musician that we toured with, but different kind of musician with Mino Sunelu on the album, I would think, and Fabrizio, guitarist, Italian guitarist.
Fantastic, yeah.
And so I produced the album.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's so wonderful. I mean, you've had such a varied career, and it seems that it was very natural. Yeah, everything seems to have just flowed in terms of your relationships with people.
Well, I've kind of studied the Black American classics, the jazz, for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, I wouldn't say it's a deliberate action to move away from the tradition I come from. I think it's to kind of go and search and explore.
Yeah, of course.
Of what has inspired me.
Yeah.
You know, the works of people like Quincy Jones.
Of course.
You know, John Coltrane.
Yeah.
You know, Miles Davis. You know, Coleman Hawkins. You know, I love the great jazz musician Duke Ellington that I grew up listening to. And I think having a privilege, it's a privilege to be able to work with one of the top jazz singers in the world, Cassandra Wilson, who will be able to bring all those songs to the table.
Yeah.
I think it's, I kind of find myself in a privileged position to work with this great musician, touring with Pharoah Sanders, Charles Lloyd, Joshua Redman, and has kind of given me a privilege and opportunity that I wouldn't be able to do if I'm in Africa.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, it's wonderful, and I mean, I can't recommend the music enough. I mean, I've been listening to it for the past month, actually, really intently. And
Thank you.
Now, I know that within your creative work, there's been a project that you've been doing recently. Yeah. Let me make sure I correctly get this right. It's Odu Ifa.
Yeah.
And it's a spiritual project.
Yeah.
Please explain that to me and explain it to our audience so that we can understand that more.
Okay. When I left film school many years ago, like 30 years ago, the Northern School of Film and Television, I was hanging out in London with the so-called YBA, Young British artists. Sarah Lucas, Tracy Emin, Angus Fairhurst, Damon Hurst, Gavin Talks, a few others. We'll be hanging around everywhere. And, of course, it's been my thing of taking care of the culture I come from, really, to contemporarize it, which is Yoruba culture, because it's spread to the new world. Cuba, Brazil, Jamaica, everywhere, the African diaspora.
Sure.
So I find myself that I set up an organization called Ifa Yoruba Contemporary Arts Trust, which is a non-profit organization. But the idea of the arts organization is to contemporalize Yoruba art. Yoruba art meaning you see it from the street and you end up in the pop magazine like, Face or ID.
Yeah, of course, I remember those. Yeah.
GQ, whatever. It is urban fashion magazine because we're part of the living world,
Yeah.
And that's kind of been my thing to contemporize what is spiritual of the African people essence. So it becomes like an everyday thing that you can have at a fingertip, not something that, you have to search. No, it's just at your fingertip, you can have it. So I set up a Yoruba Contemporary Arts Trust, which is a consortium of artists. I'm playing with the idea of the Ifa, which is the spiritual code, constitution of the Yoruba people. And the whole philosophy, artistic expression that around it. So I've been playing with their ideas for 30 years, have a major exhibition, commission artists and commission artwork. I've been running it forever. And also we get grants to do workshops, from National Lottery to Art Council.
Sure,
it's a proper art organization.
Yeah.
So I wrote a book. Apart from the exhibition I curated, which is the 16 pieces in 2000, which is the decoding by 17 artists, decoding the Yoruba divination sign, from Cassandra Wilson to Leroy Clark to Donnet Austin, a lot of artists I commissioned. And the idea is to kind of bring that kind of synergy of what you see in the street of Cuba, Brazil, and what is black art, bring it closer in a kind of a contemporary explanation and theory to go with it.
Yeah.
So the exhibition is there. Then I went back to start painting now because I went to art college. So I paint a little bit. I'm not really a great painter, but I can do strokes and make it colorful. So I have a book I published, which is the divination of the Yoruba people and my painting. And this is what the Odu Ifa is all about. The Odu Ifa is about my book that I wrote. And it's a multimedia because the Odu Ifa, it has music,
Yeah.
it has visual, it has text, and it's performance. And we've already done one performance at Midland Arts Center.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
Whereby we're going to be doing it more. I wrote the book in the honor of my mentor that I never met, but his work has kind of inspired me a lot, who was John Coltrane.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm a Jones student, and of course, I'm not a saxophone player. I'm a percussionist, but I think I'm a really, 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 really serious student of John Coltrane.
Yeah.
So my book is dedicated to John, whereby the whole multimedia project of the Odu Ifa, which is the 16th principle of the Odu, of the ethics and the teachings of the Ifa, and it's in that project.
Yeah. I saw some bits of it, and it seemed like a fantastic project. Yeah. And I know it's the most recent thing that you've been doing. Do you know what are your thoughts? I know that recently at the Tate Modern we've had this Nigerian exhibition of modern art. I've been to it. I know that you've been to it also. In the modern world that we live in now, 2026, African culture really seems to be at the forefront, I think, and it is something that is now becoming very accepted, very celebrated. What are your thoughts on Afrobeat, Afrobeats, the evolution of African culture worldwide?
It's great. Well, I have played from church music to Afrobeat and to Afrobeats.
Yes.
I can say I'm a musician who's been privileged to play from Fela's Afrobeat to Wizkid Afrobeats.
Yeah.
I didn't play in Fela's band, but I work extensively with Tony Allen, late Tony Allen,
Yes, of
the
course.
drummer.
Yeah.
Apart from doing the last album of him, I played on it with him and Sikela. I work with Tony Allen a lot. I studied with him. I wrote ideas of a workshop for him. in terms of how we make the Afrobeat rhythm or constitution,
Yeah,
I
of
call
course.
it,
Yeah.
available, accessible to Afrobeats,
Yes.
younger people.
Yeah, the foundation must be
Yeah,
known.
because it's a constitution. It's constitution in terms of the musical composition, the theme, the style, why it's done, how it's put together to make that sound, you know. And then to the new people now who are actually digitalizing it. Yeah. So I buy the two culture. I think what we didn't have is that we need more educational of the root of Afrobeat,
Yes.
which is high life,
Yes.
to take us to Afrobeat.
Yes.
Then from Afrobeat,
We get to Afrobeats.
we go to Afrobeat because it's important that we know the stages, that everything has a root.
Yeah.
The root of high life is embedded in the sacred traditional music of African people,
Of course, yeah.
and which is sacred,
Yes.
right? So it's very, very important for us to go back to the source, to the root. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
Then the kids themselves who are playing Afrobeat, they will know that, yeah, there's a thread, of conversation, of narratives before it gets to them. Else, they themselves, they will be confused if suddenly they just have this beat in their hand and they don't know the root of it, they don't know where it's coming from, they don't know where it's going. Yeah, they will be confused. And I think the root of everything is very, very important.
Yeah.
So I buy the two because I've played the two. I've played Afrobeats with my colleague of my generation. I play with Tony Allen, who are the original
Of course, the
creators
founder,
of the thing.
yeah.
And I've played with Wizkid. And also the Cavemen, I've recorded with them.
Yeah.
So I am a musician who is contributing, or artist, from
From the foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can obviously hear it in your music, and I was very intrigued to just hear your thoughts on that. Going back to your music specifically, now I know that the albums that I have heard that are under your name, we have songs of Icons and Lakaaye. And then there was also the Tales of the Diaspora with the KLLB band. Yeah. So talk to me about those projects and how they came together.
The songs of Icon was masterclass at the jazz institution called Birmingham Conservatoire that became an album.
Yeah.
I was called in to be artist in resident at the Birmingham Conservatoire.
Fantastic.
And they've just set up a new jazz course at the Birmingham Conservatoire in Birmingham. So I did masterclass. So the masterclass of the music I did, they were the clave music of the Cuban music.
Yeah.
Cuban Yoruba music. And this music has found its way into the Black American culture through Dizzy Gillespie,
Of course.
long time ago, by Dizzy working with Chana Pozo. And the music that find its way, which is African music here, through people like Ambrose Campbell, the godfather of Black British music, is West African music.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
High life. And also the mentor from Jamaica that came here, the reggae, the soca, is still kind of delayed to find its way into the constitution of the curriculum of the establishment. But they're there, because we have two-tone that happened in Coventry
Yeah, of
with
course.
reggae. And we have ska, right?
Yeah.
That happened here. And so the Songs of Icon is the foundation, the beginning of taking Orisha music and put it in the jazz idiom.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we did that, through that, those students, they begin to find that there's a high life connection to it. And from that high life connection, then they find their way to Afrobeats.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And because there's a jazz element in it.
Yeah.
So that's that project, which is Songs of Icon. And Lakaaye is my second album, which is basically I'm trying funk out.
Yeah, it's blaxploitation, it's funky. I like that a lot.
You know,
yeah.
I was just trying everything that is funky. Tales of Diaspora is a collaboration between a clarinet player that I've worked with for a long time called Claussell and consortium of African diaspora musicians from Jamaica who are Birmingham based.
Right.
So it's a consortium of collective of African diaspora musicians, English, Jamaica, African. We all come together now to devise a sound.
Yeah.
You know. And that's what I was kind of experimenting with that as a thing, as a producer rather than as a musician to kind of produce what is African diaspora soundscape.
Yeah.
And my new album, well, the latest, which is Aladra Songbook.
Yes, yeah.
Aladra Songbook is a tribute to my father.
Yeah. It's the spiritual side. Yeah.
It's a kind of a tribute to my father to say thank you for what he taught me.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, out of the albums, I mean, I really like the Lakaaye album because, and it's interesting hearing you talk about your foray into learning about film and the inspiration from 1970s blaxploitation, because I get that from that album. It sounds like you achieved what you wanted to with that style. On that album as well, you have some fantastic collaborators with the vocals. There were some really great vocalists on that album.
Yes. It was Kate Luxman singing. And at the same time, I kind of went for that album to say, okay, let me experiment with everything.
Yeah.
I can. I mean, you never get second chance.
Yeah.
So I got that chance, and it's like, oh, yeah. Let me go for it.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. We've covered a lot, but there's still so much. I mean, we could talk for hours, you know. I know we could. So what are your plans next? What's next?
Okay. I'm currently working on an album project with Joe Claussell.
Yes.
As the executive producer for Sacred Medicine label based out of New York.
And he's a DJ producer?
He's a DJ producer. And the album at the moment is currently being produced by Bill Summers, which is a name in the 70, 80 Quincy Jones crew. And famous producer, famous percussionist. And so far, I've had a guest on the record like Helen Riley, who is drummer for Wynton Marsalis. And it's a tribute project for a friend of ours who died, Fumi Ononaye. And me and Bill Summers have mapped out 10 or 11 tracks.
Fantastic, yeah.
To be shaped into an album. And also I'm currently a fellow at Oxford University.
I was about to mention that, yeah.
And my brief is to kind of bring arts activities to Wolfson College. I'm a fellow. I'm very grateful that they gave me the fellowship.
Fantastic.
And
how's the reception been, and what have you been up to with that?
It's been good, and we've done a concert, exhibition, talk, film shows.
Yeah.
And as a fellow, you just kind of
guide things.
You create things, and you you do stuff
Yeah.
and do anthropology.
Now, what intrigues me by that is you've obviously been introducing a lot of West African culture into these things. What's the reception been like?
It's been good. It's been good.
Yeah.
I thought there would be kind of
A little reticent at first.
yeah, but so far I think we're at the stage now in the world
African culture is
where
really...
I think traditional culture, not just African, any culture that is traditional, indigenous,
Yes.
I think is
They
will allow it.
Yeah.
And it will be allowed to just be, you know. Okay, if we are competing with AI,
then actually the traditional things are the more organic and the things with feeling.
I think so.
It's true.
I think
it's true.
so far now, I think the traditional culture has been abandoned because so far a lot of percentage of us in the world have run after the new gimmick,
Of course.
which is AI.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to where we get this food?
Yeah.
We can't use AI to produce food.
I think that there'll be 1 or 2 years where everyone gets happy about it, and then everyone's going to come back hard.
There we go.
And come back hard the other way.
So we need to produce food. AI cannot produce food for us. Right? I mean, to plant it in the soil, we need to plant it ourselves.
Yeah, of course.
So this is where I am. I've been here before. When the drum machine came.
Synthesizers and drum machines.
Drum machine came. I survived.
Everyone get excited for a few years.
Survived it. So in terms of, I think what I find out is that my belief is getting deeper in this thing that they call so-called organic.
Yes, of course.
Not just African tradition, anything that is organic that is coming from the earth.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Chinese?
Yeah, of course. Bring it
Buddhist?
on. Bring it on. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Not because I'm an African, anything that is organic.
Yeah, of course. Because you're a fan of reality.
Yeah, that's where we are. Thank you.
It is interesting, and I think that I think the sort of analogy to 1980s and the birth of the drum machine and the synthesizer is the perfect comparison.
I've been there.
Because everyone's gonna get excited about AI for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, you know, and then afterwards there will be a huge
I've been there.
pivot back to real music, live music. You know, communication, spontaneous live shows where everything's different, you know, and I think that is going to be celebrated. So we have to just, let everyone do their thing for a little while. Yeah, very cool. Thank you so much, man. I mean, we could talk for hours. I really, really know that we could. Is there anything that you would like to talk about with regards to your career and music?
I didn't plan my career. I think I just go with the flow of it. And I've always known that I want to contribute to the theory of what is African future, you know, an African dialogue, and the contemporary of what shapes the African future. So anything that will made me or makes me do that is what I follow, and I pay attention to that a lot. I think. I think I've been kind of privileged, really. And at the same time, privilege is not the... You might be privileged, at the same time, don't work on it. I think what I've been doing is any opportunity that comes to me, I've been working at it all the time. You know, and that's what I always say to fellow artists.
Just keep on going.
Just keep on grinding.
Now, I know you just said something that sparked off something for me. I know you just spent a little bit of time in Ghana recently. You were with my very good friend, Mr. Pangianoff. And I know you met Professor John Collins. Now, he's an amazing resource for the education of high life music. How was your experience working with him and just meeting him?
Speak to Professor John Collins because I went to Ghana thinking I'm doing a music to a play. Sachibia, Nani Maroon. Her name is Sachibia in Ghana. So I went to Ghana, and I've known Professor Collins' work for a long time as a high life guru, you know. And to sit down to actually talk to him, hearing him articulating the history
He's a
and the theory of
gold
it.
mine of information.
He really, really knows how the whole thing came together.
Yeah.
I mean, the returnee that went to Sierra Leone, that went to Nova Scotia, how the formation of High Life started in Sierra Leone before it came to Ghana. I mean, John Collins just actually helped me out.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about, I mean, how the Caribbean were actually been promoting music in Africa.
Yeah.
In the 20s, 30s, you know, this man has got all the information. Yeah, I really had a good time with him.
Yeah. Just to explain to our audience who Professor John Collins is, he is a white Englishman who spent a lot of time in Ghana as a teenager and has been the head of music at the Legon University in Ghana for many, many years and has written several books on ethnomusicology. But what I love about Professor John Collins's knowledge is it really shows that African music and African culture is for everybody. Because he is someone who is an adopted Ghanaian. And he has, really, truly been able to...
His wife is Ghanaian, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Oh, he is a Ghanaian now.
Yeah, he's a Ghanaian.
He's been in Ghana his whole life. Yeah, of course. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I'm so glad that you got a chance to spend some time with him.
Yeah.
You know. Just out of curiosity, again, this really intrigues me. I didn't know that much about your filmmaking career and your aspirations with film. Is anything in the film world that you think is in your future? It's made me think about something, actually.
Yes. Okay. My field research for the priest has been generally men. So myself and some anthropologists at Oxford University planning to document female Ifa priestess, Iyanifa.
Yeah.
And this has been a new surgeon lately, whereby in America, in the New World, here in the African diaspora, there's been a lot of African women, African diaspora women, Black American women, Caribbean women, who are initiated Ifa priests. They're called the Yanifa or Yalorisha.
Okay.
So my thing is to it's been a men's world for a long time.
Yes.
And we need to bring the balance to it.
Yeah, of course.
So my thing I'm working on now is the documentary idea of female
priestesses. Yes.
You know, and through this female priestess, we will be able to know the female artisans.
Of course.
Scriptwriter.
Yeah.
This and this. Let's just talk to African female.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, of course.
So,
thank you so much for coming on. I'm really glad that we can have this conversation.
I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, no, it was really about
the talk
about getting to know you and I know that I really want to introduce you to David Kayode, the young saxophonist, and I hope that we can work together in the future.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.